Hi everyone. In this video, I will show you how to activate Android Auto and Apple CarPlay on your MIB2 Technisat system. Before we begin, I want to make it clear that I am not a professional or technician. Everything I share in this video is based on my own research and trial and error. I hope it will help anyone who is struggling to get Android Auto or Apple CarPlay working. Let's get started. To follow this tutorial, there are a few requirements. First, your system must have an SD card slot. There are other methods that do not require an SD card, but those will not be covered in this tutorial. The SD card slot is usually located in the glove compartment on the left-hand side, as shown in this photo. Second, your software train must start with MST2 and end with the letter T, which indicates Technisat as the manufacturer of your MIB2 unit. If your software version does not end with a T, then this tutorial does not apply to your system. You can find a software train by holding down the menu button and then tapping on Software Update. Lastly, you will also need access to the green engineering menu. Do not worry, we will cover how to activate this in a moment. Before we get to that, it is important to know that you will also need a few tools. The first is an SD card with at least 1 GB of free space. The second is an OBD2 adapter. I am using a Carista, but any reliable OBD2 tool that supports the ELM327 version 1.4 protocol should work. Okay, let's get started with the green engineering menu. First, take your OBD adapter and plug it into the OBD port underneath the steering wheel. And just ignore the cobwebs in my car. Apparently, I've got an extra passenger. Make sure the adapter is fully inserted so it powers on and can establish a proper connection. Once it's plugged in securely, turn on your ignition so we can move on to the next step. On your phone, open the Google Play Store and search for the app called Car Scanner ELM OBD2. I'm using an Android device, so I'm not completely sure if the App Store on iPhone has the same app. Download the app and open it. In the app, tap on Connect. Then on Allow Permissions. Lastly, tap Connect again, and now the app should connect to your OBD adapter. Perfect. Now tap on Coding and Service, and then on Agree. Now it is really important that you choose MQB in the list. Although, in my case, Skoda Fabia is not mentioned in the list, we will still choose this setting as otherwise it will not show the needed options later on. Now scroll down until you see the option called Multimedia and tap it. The first thing you need to do is look for Developer. This should immediately show you the correct option called Multimedia Developer Mode Activation. Tap this option. On the next screen, all you need to do is tap Active. This will enable the green engineering menu we mentioned earlier. Let it load for a moment, and once it is finished, make sure it is showing active now. If not, tap Refresh. Now you can return to the previous menu. Next, look for the option called Google, which should show you an item named Google GL. Repeat the same process by opening it and activating it. As you can see, mine is already active. If yours is active as well, just leave it as it is. Now repeat the process one more time, but this time look for the option called Apple DIO. Again, tap on it and activate it. Great. That's all for the adaptations. Let's move on to the next step. On the car radio, press and hold the menu button for 10 seconds. Next, select Green Engineering Menu, which we activated through the adaptation. Now, this screen might look a bit intimidating at first, but don't worry. I'll walk you through everything step by step later on. For now, the only thing you need to do is take note of your GM version. You can find it in the top left corner. If your version is 4, then you don't have to worry. If it's below 4, then there's an important step coming up. Great. Now you will need your PC. Open Google and search for MIB MST2 Toolbox. This should lead you to a GitHub repository called MIB STD2 PQZR Toolbox. In the GitHub repository, click on the latest release. This will take you to a page where you need to download the zip file. For this step, open File Explorer and make sure the SD card is inserted in your PC. First, we're going to format the SD card. Right-click on the SD card and select Format. Set the file system to FAT32 and make sure Quick Format is selected. Now navigate to the zip file we downloaded earlier and unzip it to the SD card. Remember when I mentioned that there was an important step if your GM version is below 4? This part is for you. In the GitHub repository, you'll see that it says to copy the CPU folder from the path toolbox/gem to the root of the SD card. For the purpose of this tutorial, I will now demonstrate exactly how to do that. Since there's already a CPU folder on the SD card, Windows will display a prompt asking what to do. Choose the option to replace the files in the destination folder. Great, we're almost there and the SD card is ready. Now right-click the SD card and choose Eject to safely remove it from your PC. Now comes the fun part, installing the toolbox to the MIB in the car. Let's go. In your car, open the glove compartment. There you should find the SD card slot. In most cases, there will already be an SD card inside that contains your navigation maps. Remove that card and replace it with the SD card that we have loaded the toolbox onto. Let's start with the installation. I recommend starting your car so the battery can charge, because an interruption during the installation process can, in the worst-case scenario, brick your unit. Start by holding the menu button for 2 seconds. You can release it as soon as this menu appears. Here, select Software Update. In the top right corner, tap Update. Then tap SD card. If everything is correct, it should recognize the SD card, just like you see here. Tap that line. On the next screen, tap Start in the top right corner, and finally tap Next. The update process will now begin. This could take a few minutes, so don't worry if it seems like nothing is happening right away. During the installation, the MIB unit may restart 2 or 3 times. This is completely normal, so just let it run and do not interrupt the process. While the update is installing, let me briefly explain what the toolbox actually is. The MIB Toolbox is a small software package that gives you access to additional functions and modifications that are normally blocked by the system. It allows you to perform changes that are not available through the standard menus, such as activating Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is exactly what we are about to do. All right, I'll skip ahead through this boring bit and jump to when the update is done. All right, you should now see this new screen. Press the arrow to go back, and on the next screen, tap Cancel. The unit should restart one more time after that. Perfect, we're almost done. For the last part, just like at the beginning, you need to long press the menu button for about 10 seconds. In my case, I had to do it twice because the unit was still starting up. Now enter the green engineering menu. At the bottom of the list, you should see an option called MIB2 Toolbox. Use the scroll knob on the right to navigate down the menu, and press the knob to select it. On the next screen, scroll down to Tools and select it. Here, you need to select the patch called patch.tsd.mibs2.system.swap and generate EL. You will now see the patch doing its job. Just leave it and let it finish. Now for the final step, we need to restart the unit. You can do this by pressing and holding the power button until the reboot logo appears. Now navigate to your SmartLink menu. If everything went well, you should now see the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay icons, just like you see here. If that is the case, congratulations. You can now enjoy Android Auto or Apple CarPlay by connecting your phone with a compatible cable. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, feel free to like the video and share it with anyone who might need it.